So this is gonna be my first attempt on, I want to say editing. I'm not gonna say that at all, but this is something that is gonna be new for the YouTube channel, where sometimes I play offline, off stream, and things. I just be having some interesting games, and this is actually gonna be one of them. So my hands are now on the keyboard. It's just a replay. Now, what is this game so special? Well, it's me playing in a CV, right, Richthofen. And it's actually a very special CV to me. And the reason why is my very first tier 10 CV. I grinded up down the line, and it's one of the CVs that when I got back from deployment, I was like, you know what, I want to grind up this line because it looks like a cool line of CVs to play. Didn't realize it's somewhat of a high skill level, but either way, played it for a while. And then after a while, I was like, you know what, I don't want to play CV anymore. And then I think it was earlier this year. Yeah, it was earlier this year. I was like, you know what, I am going to start playing CV. I'm going to regrind the ship. I won't say regrind, but continue the grind that I was originally playing. So this year, I got all the way to the Richthofen. I was very happy with it, right? Problem is, I was still learning how to play CV. So my win rate in the Richthofen is not the greatest. I think it's average, honestly. And what I mean by average is like around 47 or 48, right? And you can say below average, whatever the case may be. Anyways, this is a very fun match that I had in the Richthofen, and it comes literally down to the wire. Now, I do have, I mean, you don't see the module, I mean, you see the mod, whatever, but you don't see the timer, and that's because it's on the replay. I guess on the replay, you don't see how much time there was actually left in the game. So a minor spoiler alert, right? It does come with like 10 seconds left of them winning the game. Here I just made a mistake. The kid, the Stalingrad, and the Baltimore, and I tried to squeeze through all that, and that was no. Alright, whoever said AA is not a thing, that's a perfect example of why you just don't rush into anything. The one thing about playing CV is patience and selective targeting, right? Being aware of not just one particular ship, but the entire area. I'm always constantly looking at the mini map as I play in the CV, more than anything, right? And you should always play as, looking at the mini map. But this one's very, when you're playing CV, you just constantly look at it over and over and over again, because you just have to see it, right? And make judgment. So here we see the Shimakaze is spotted, and I'm going here for my attack, right? And these are AP shells. I mean AP rockets. Now, even though the aiming reticle was like a little above, remember this is the replay, so the aiming reticle in like during CV play is going to be off. But I remember that one particularly, it was going to be like right down on the water line. Anyway, he's down to like 6K. I'm keeping him spotted, and then also additionally, you want to keep the pressure on him, and we were able to take out the Shimakaze. Now that was my second strike. If I was not gonna like lay him out, if I was not gonna kill him, then in my last squadron I would just float it around him until the summer New Hampshire someone could have like actually finished him off, right? So here we are. I'm looking at the mini map. I know the Stalingrad, Baltimore, and Kid got great AA even for tier 8, and the Nakamov is on that side. I see on this side that there's 4 ships plus a Shima, right? So it's 5 ships, and we have a stronger side of the A side. So I already know by what experience is like there's a strong AA side, and there's also Xinjiang. Xinjiang, the Pan Asian ones actually got good AA as well. So I feel like me trying to go over there would have been difficult, right? I would not be able to get as much as I needed to. So I came over here with my AP dive bombers, right? Azuma put his priority sector. Alright, cool. Although I actually have defensive AA, so I take that back. I'm coming around with AP bombs, and I thought I had the shot lined up perfectly, and then like you saw that me do that slight wiggle to the right, that threw off my aim. I wish I had kept the reticle straight, and maybe I would have got 2 Citadel hits or even AP bomb, but lucky for us, Giuseppe there, finishing him off with his secondaries. So here we are, we have a strong side at A, and we're still fighting for the cap. So lucky for us, we have a cap advantage, right? And ship advantage. Someone's able to get B when we helped them out with the Sigma. So I'm here with torpedo planes because the next thing I see is Giuseppe, right? He's going against 2 versus 1. I know there's a Shimakaze out here, but I'm thinking with an Alaska and a Lightning in the room to back them up, they're gonna spot that Shima, right? That they got it down, right? even a lightning at that I would say no. Well, no, I'm looking at it now. That at that health, he would have been in trouble if he ran into the Shima, right? Even though the Shima got like really poor DPM, it does have high alpha in its HE. So we just lost 2 ships. The Turpus got deep water torp by the Xinjiang, right? And if you look at the mini map, it's like he was trying to push into it, right? What makes the Painted Asian cruisers very strong is you pushing into them. If you go the other way around, they're actually a pretty weak class. But going into them, they're extremely strong, right? With all those torpedoes. So here I am trying to go with against the Alaska. So I'm looking around. I got caught 1 torp, took out his rudder. He's flooding. He obviously DCP that. And then I notice here that the Nakamov has me spotted. He placed spotter planes intentionally right there to keep me spotted. It's one of those things where I was looking at the map and I was like, well, there's no Yamato or Montana or any really like battleships that can actually hit me consistently at that long distance. But either way, I just move forward just in case the worst happened, right? I look at the mini map. The Summer's in round B, the Xinjiang's out there, and the Yoshina's out there. This is like a barrier. The reason why I was mentioning that is because the kid, right? So well, I don't think the kid's gonna try to rush past all that, try to get to me, right? Then that's why I decided to hop out the Shima, because now I noticed that I am spotted now, right? And the lightning didn't do, you know, couldn't find him. All right, cool, whatever. I don't think he has RPF. We found the Shima, right? I laid down the spotter planes. And you can tell this man was after me. You can absolutely tell he was after me solo. Right? He was trying to go around the map to find the D. He's trying to CV snipe like most people that hate like CVs, and then just like if they're in a Shima or Torpo, they're going to go after the CV, right? So here I am, I'll put the fighter pilots, right? I'm just circling around, right? I have 3 squadrons. He's not smoking up. I come around here, Alaska's putting in good fire. And a good amount of salvo, right? He knocked out my fighters, fine, whatever. Now he's trying to smoke up, right? So this is when I noticed like he's also turning. He could be launching torps. So I'm like, alright, cool. Continue my attack on the Shima. And I'm just gonna keep it going, right? I have my last squadron. And I need to keep this man lit. So here he is, right? And I notice, oh, right there, 9-7, and boom. What a lot of people don't know is that, like, was I about to attack? It depends. And we were taking out the Shima. When you're in attack mode, your planes are less vulnerable to AA, right? Some people don't know that, but that's the reason why you're like, oh, my AV didn't do nothing, because when they're in attack mode like that, they actually go down and the AA is less effective. So I see the kids try to go to mid and got caught by the Rune and the Hampshire, and he was taken out. So this is actually a close game, right? 5 ships versus 6. We still ahead. We still got 1 cap, but they got 2 caps now, so they're earning a little bit more points. So here I am. I see the Stalingrad broadside, so I come with my torps. Right, he's going against the Yoshino and Xinjiang, right? Stalingrad's AP is mean to both these ships, right? Improve AP. He put his defensive AA, and I'm just gonna launch my 3 torps and then recall the planes, right? I'm not trying to lose all my planes. Next, I'm gonna go with AP rockets because he's showing him a great amount of broadside, and then I know I can finish him off like that. Lucky for us, the Xinjiang and the Yoshino, it was able to take him out, right? And that's great. Right, he was trying to heal back up, and I'm looking at the mini map from an aerial perspective to see where it is. I see the Alaska, FDG, and the Edinburgh's on the right side, right? We almost got all the ships out of the seaside. We have ships advantage, but we don't have the cap. We need to get C cap. The lightning I see on the mini map, once again, I'm like, and this is why it's good to know. It's like I see he's way too close to the Edinburgh, and I'm like, I was worried that he's gonna get spotted. But my main focus is the Baltimore, right? Good, decent AA, but you know, I have the speed to get around it. And he knows, I see that he knows exactly how this AP rocket works. He turns in and doesn't allow me to get that broadside, right? That's the big weakness of AP rockets. They're not improved like AP, where like at an angle you're gonna get that citadel. Good in light cruiser, it could work, but heavy cruisers, still not so much. Here I am, once again, trying to get that nice lineup, and he turns away, right? I didn't get that clean shot that I want, right? So the Baltimore is gonna be my main focus, right? He's holding down C cap, and I need my team to acquire C cap. Unfortunately, we have some low health ships, and the knock 'em off is gonna start his thing, right? So we're about somewhat even on ships. We still have a ship lead, but if you notice, we're losing the B cap. No bueno. So it's one of those things where like we need to get the Baltimore out of there, right? We need to get the C cap. So come around with torp planes. Yeah, I know that he's gonna keep dodging my AP rockets, and he's trying to turn in. And like for me, I came with the torp planes, and those caps, all 3 torps should land. So I see you 1, 2, 3, and R2. So he was taken out. I still have another squadron, and I am going to go against the Alaska. That's my Alaska. Is my next target, right? And as you can see, my damage is not so high, but trust me when I say this, it's going to jump up. Right? So we had 6 ships to 4, and now the Alaska is my main concern, right? I see the Nakamov is coming closer to the C cap, right? And most Russian CV players would try to do that to get the planes faster to the target. But he does something interesting later on, right? So we have the Lightning, the Alaska, the Ruin, and the Yoshino, right? And if they all can focus on Alaska, we'd be pretty strong, right? Good HE spamming ships with the Yoshino, the Ruin. Here I am trying with my dive bomber. Alaska's a very large cruiser, right? So I pretty much think of it as what's the word? A battleship, right? I can land these AP rockets a little bit easier than other cruisers. I come down, right? I think I started my run a little too I should have been a little bit ahead when I started that run, right? But I got 1 set of the hits. Unfortunately, our room went down to the FDG from earlier, so we're down to 5 versus 4. But I see that Alaska's about to come down, right? It's on fire, and then I started thinking we don't need to focus on him. He's gonna burn out. They put the fighters over me. The FTG put the fighters over himself, and then this one, right? I kind of panicked, but I still laid 3 out of 3 and laid 1 citadel. Next is the FTG. We're 5 versus 2. I mean 5 versus 3, but we still need caps, right? They're getting points, and we're not, right? Teammates on the chat saying we need caps. We understand. We know the FTG is in the B cap, and the Edinburgh is out wide at an A. Right? So here we are, and I try to leave fighters, but I know me playing, because I have a knockoff off myself, I know it's not going to be, leaving the fighters not going to do much, right? That's not how Russian CV planes work. They launch their attacks from a long distance. Yoshino's out in the middle, right? And I see that he was trying to get closer, but you know, it's 2 ships there, Yoshino, Xinjiang, and myself. So what he does is actually do a big circle and actually try to get behind the original island he was. So here I am on the FDG, dodging flags, right? And this is where he actually threw me off. I honestly thought he was moving, and he wasn't, right? But I still got the Citadel. And I'm gonna say this whole week I have been having issues with like you would think, right? A ship not moving is the easiest target, but I just keep missing or like mistiming my alignment with like non-moving ships. I don't know why. I can't explain it. Lost my 1 final, and this is actually a great drop, right? Another Citadel. You need to get the FDG. The Edinburgh caught the Lightning, low health, and he was able to take out our Lightning. So we're 4 versus 3. We're still trying to work the FDG. Unfortunately, Xinjiang, right? I noticed here that he's very low. I don't think he's gonna make it, right? AP, not AP, but rockets or skip bombs can knock out the Xinjiang, right? Lucky for him, he crashed right into the island, and the Russian CV just ran right over him. At this point, I'm like, okay, we're gonna lose the Xinjiang, right? Because the Nakamoto's just gonna keep attacking him. The Edinburgh, I'm looking around, he's very low health. I was thinking about going after him, but lucky for us, the Alaska was able to finish him off. Now, here we are with the FDG, and this was a poor, oh, I remember this. I was so upset. This was a poor drop on my end. He turned towards my torpedoes and squeezed right between the torp lines. Right, look at that. Right. Now I noticed the FDG was going after our Alaska, and he's down, pretty much down less than 30k. We've been trying to work him, and we finally got the C cap, which is extremely important, right? If we didn't get this cap, we would have lost a lot earlier. And then once again, the FDG slowed down and turned out. and I missed. That's 2 runs. And during the game, I was extremely pissed off because I was like, this man, either he doesn't know what he's doing or he's an absolute beast in avoiding torps. I'm like, you know, Richthofen got great torps. All of a sudden, things got knocked off by the knock him off, and FDG finished off the Alaska. Now we're 2 versus 2. You see point lead right here, almost 800, and we're down to 300. At this point, this is when I realized we're gonna need kills. The Shino's being targeted by knock him off and the FDG, and I just gotta try to come with my AP bombs, try my very best to knock out the FDG, trying to make him survive, and no, knock him off, finishing off, and the strong ship lead we had went down, and I'm the only one left. Right, everybody on the chat right now saying GG, it was a good game, whatever. And I'm like, I'm not giving up. I come down, I came at a really bad angle, and you see my reticle is just expanding. I was like, that was a poor drop, but you know, we had 2 pins. I need to come around, right? He's healing back up. This cost me problems, thinking that he don't heal back, and I need to finish him off right here, right now. Started off my run a little early, more than I wanted to, but I needed to strike here it is. And bam, 2 citadels. This is where the real match begins, right? Finally got the FTG off the board. And now it is CV versus CV. Problem is, he has the ship lead. But he coming at me, and I'm going to keep my ship, my CV on movement. I noticed he laid out some fighters in front of me. I'm going to avoid them. And I'm just going to keep on moving. I am not going to sit still, right? Remember, sitting still is an easy target. So I'm going to keep moving. Comes out with his torp planes, and then boom. This is where I see the knock him off, and this is where things get tense. So look at the counter, it's almost to 900 around this time, because they have 2 caps to 1. I remember the timer was coming down to like a minute or less than a minute. I come around. The greatest thing about all CVs, I mean all Russians, they have a vulnerable citadel, all of them, except for the DDs. And then boom, come down here, lay down my AP rockets, 11, and out of 11 pins, 8 citadels. Took a big chunk out of him. My planes were going to get shredded, so I just simply recall them and go back with AP rockets. So I'm like, I'm going to go again. I need to get closer to the knock 'em off. And I was also thinking, maybe if I get somewhat close, because my Richthofen is secondary build. I can tell he's trying to go around the island once again. Right, I went around the fighters. And I'm just trying to get that broadside. I'm trying to speed up, right? At this point, it's 9:35. I have less than, I think, 40-something seconds. I come around. I'm trying to aim for that broadside, but he's turning in. But even he's turning in, that citadel is still vulnerable. 10 pins, 8 citadels. This is where I decided to go with my AP drop bombs. Right, because once again, the citadel on the knock 'em off is very, very easy to hit in the Richthofen. 965. At this point, there's less than 30 seconds. He laying out multiple fighters, like, you know, whatever. At this point, this is when I realized 20 seconds has pretty much is left. I come around, fighters all over the place. I come, I focus up, and I'm like, oh, he's turning in. I drop my bombs, and bam, 2 citadels, and got him out of there. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that. I wish I had the post, but unfortunately I didn't. But it was a great match. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. And if you like it, please like, subscribe, and comment.